Ladies and gentlemen, Hard Nose Derby podcast. Let's talk about females in Demolition Derby.
When I was a kid, women in the sport of Demolition Derby was null and void. And then you started to see a few of the ladies coming in to running with their husbands or uncles, cousins.
Powder Puff class.
Well, that was even really before Powder Puff when I remember. Keela Burtz from right down the road in Mexico probably is one of the first females that I've ever saw in a big car.
Right.
Not Powder Puff running with the guys.
I know that we're going to get fact checked on this episode because this is it's kind of a hot topic after Gold Rush.
Yeah.
When we sent an all-female team.
Yep.
You see some people that they don't respect it. They don't, you see the jabs and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
To me, it doesn't make two shits. Progression in most areas is usually a good thing.
Yes.
If women want to come out there and take the same ass whipping I do every time I get on the track, I respect it.
It's just an ass whipping.
It is.
We said that. You get a lot of the females who take it a lot more serious than some of the other ones. It's almost disrespectful to them to run a powder puff class.
Yeah, well, and I think that some of that's come from the progression in society. I'm not going to get too deep into that because I know somebody will be on here wanting to fucking fight me or something. But
nah.
It is what it is on that. But, I mean, you're seeing some of these women that are coming into the sport that are more so serious about the fucking sport than the men are. Yep. Almost like they've got something to prove.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's where, where it upsets them that, okay, no, you can run with Powder Puff. We'll have a Powder Puff class, and all the females can run in that.
They're like, fuck you.
Correct. And then you get 3/4 of them that are like, I don't need special treatment. I'll go out and run with the dudes.
I watched a Powder Puff class 18 miles from where we're sitting right now. That was one of the wilder fucking heats of that night.
Oh, yeah.
There was junk made.
Yes. Yeah, snooted and clips wiped off of them.
Parts broken.
Yes.
That shit got ignorant.
But that was...
that was some of the hardest running men's
equipment
in those cars.
Yes. Yeah. Just very few built their own, where their husband built their own, or boyfriend, or dads, or whatever.
A lot of it was street stock setups. Or light weld setups.
That's few and far between, to get to see what we got to see then. I think a lot of the times the guys that do the powder puff stuff, they're more of a hobo build, stock build. Where I think if you could let it do it, you could run a big car, or you could run didn't have enough want or sign-ups, you can throw together like a hobo compact class for them, where they can build it in just a couple days and roll on. And then you put that opportunity to some of the girls, and they will clear your shit off and not think twice about it.
All the way.
Mm-hmm. Some of them are a little bit more lead-footed than others.
Very much so. And some of them are more strategic drivers. I think we got to see that at Gold Rush. Mm-hmm. Because it looked like on that team it was a pretty good split. It looked like there was 2 kill cars, and it looked like there was 2 that were driving.
Yep. I've said it with shooting. I mean, I've grown up shooting guns all my life. Most guys will tell you a woman is a better shooter than a man because, one, they're usually more steady-handed. The other times they don't get rattled as much. Well, if you're getting hit with a 6,000-pound car, it might rattle you a little bit more on the female side than it does the male side.
And I don't give a shit. I mean, I'll take the scrutiny whenever I say this. That shit still, like, I go out there, and we've talked about it with a fucking plan. Whenever I pull on the track, about third hit in, that's out the fucking window.
Yep.
I went into Madison Derby with a fucking plan. Well, that was scratched as soon as everybody was wide motherfucking open off the line.
Yeah.
And I think where that differs from women a little bit is they don't scramble.
Correct.
That quick.
Yes. Yeah. Pretty much, we see Kayla Johns quite a bit. Whether it's a hot stock class or stock class or whatever, and a lot of times you'll see Kayla down towards the end a lot, but it's like she never gets ramped up. She never gets overzealous. She's not mad and then just sending it. Now I have seen her mad,
Right.
when it's down to the end, when somebody just overhauls the nose of it.
I've seen her mad at TJ.
Yes, I have. A couple times. So, I mean, that's one thing, where your wife wants to run. A lot of guys will help the wives or the girlfriends in the shop and do whatever.
And I'm trying to do that, and she's like, fuck that. I want to do it. And I'm like, well, fuck, good. I didn't want to anyway.
I've seen more married people fighting over way less than getting smoked in a derby car. Where you get some guys that are doing the couples, two-man extreme, the man and wife, and they
There
don't
ain't
give
no motherfucking way. There ain't no motherfucking way. And I love my wife, but there is no way that her and I could be in that car. Oh, fuck me. I could already see it. She'd have to be on the pedals.
Yep.
She'd have to.
Oh, no.
Bullshit.
No, because Taylor Feldkamp announced that the Mayhem stuff is coming out, and they've got that class again. Women have the steering wheel, men have the controls.
I can't do that.
So he's not giving you that option.
There's no fucking way that I'm out. I would be all the way out. Because I'd be like, where in the fuck are we going?
Turn left! And it don't happen, and then whap! Because that's the deal. The women can feed that passenger door all they wanted.
And she would. Like,
Yes,
I know my
promise you.
wife. She'd be like, here, take this, motherfucker.
Hey, you remember that shit you fucking talked shit about a year and a half ago? We're going to turn this door. And then you can hold the brake or you can hold your foot pedal, whatever.
Sounds like to me
get
you ought
out
to
of
just
it.
hold on to your ass.
Mm-hmm. Just buckle in. Strap the chin strap really, really tight.
You know, that would be a good derby for a divorce lawyer to set up at.
Yep. Or couples therapy.
You could do it in all one tent. You know, we're not getting anywhere with this therapy.
We'll just move over.
Yeah.
Switch lines. Yeah. I never thought 20 years ago that, one, we would ever be talking about women taking over in a very, very male-dominant sport.
And I'm not even going with the taking over part. I'm just saying that it's cool to see the diversity. I like it because you've got these guys that are like, oh, man, there's a woman out there, I don't know how to... And I'm like, fucking get with it. I run against Robin Purdy up there, and she would have been mad if we would have,
Oh, yeah.
Like, her car went over that fucking block just like anybody else's would have.
Yep. And I'm not saying taking over. What I'm really referring to is women are...
They're showing interest in the sport.
Correct. Into places of leadership, not followers.
100%. It's cool. Like, we've seen Candace for years.
Mm-hmm.
That's come out in the spotlight, where she's got a hell of a thing going on.
Oh, yeah.
Up north at Callyanne, she's putting together shit up there. I think that's Chaos. That is what their promotion deal's called. You're seeing that shit. They're showing interest in the sport. And all bullshit aside, like, if you can get the wife interested in something that you're already interested in, it's usually easier to go play.
Way easier. It's way easier for a lot of stuff.
And that's my deal. Like, you seen Liz. She was always on the track. Whenever we were putting on shows, she was usually the first motherfucker off the dirt.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it be good or bad. Like, fires, shit like that. I mean, I'm not even going to get into that. How many times I've been like, hey, dummy, the fucking cars weren't done. She's like, oh, that's our driver down there. And I'm like, well, fuck that guy. I'm not getting run the fuck over.
Correct.
And she's like, well, no. I mean, hell, at Mother's Day Madness, she was out there pulling parts off the fucking track.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, where you at? I'm like, fuck you, I'm fat.
Rolling wheels and tires and shit off. And yeah.
Like, I know for a fact one of the wheels and tires that had the spindle still on it that she brought off the track.
Way more than her.
100%.
Guarantee you.
Because she was like struggling right at my feet, and I was like, pick it up, pussy.
And y'all wonder why she kicks the shit out of him on a regular basis. But it's cool. But not a lot of people are covering this type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's other promoters saying, hey, you guys, we don't have a show this month, but Kellyanne's got one in Minnesota.
Right.
Somebody else has got, she's got another one over here. Why don't you guys go support that? You don't see that yet. And I'm not sitting here degrading any male promoter. I'm not.
Well, I'm going to stop you a little bit there. You don't see people fucking doing that anyway.
You see the correct people in the correct places doing it?
100%. Because I was the world's worst about it. And I did that to feed myself. The sport would be a hell of a lot better if people were more supportive of everybody else's shit going on.
Correct.
We've talked about that. Because we push Sam. We push Taylor. We push the guys that we know. And we try to help out locally. We told everybody when everybody's shows were. But you don't see these other promoters lining their shit up where people can go run the other person's shit either. And it's bullshit. It's human nature. You're not going to stop it.
You're trying to protect your investment. That's really what they're doing.
Yeah.
Now, where I don't... If some rules are completely different from each other, that's one thing. Because a guy doesn't want to cut a shit apart or build way up just to run one show and then not go over the other.
Fucking two promoters within 75 miles of each other are 3 plates and a bumper bracket from being within each other's fucking rules. Fix it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'll help both of you.
Which we've been saying it for a year and a half, but nobody's really listening.
I know it's making it really, really hard for me to even try to come back.
Yep.
Even with the opportunity that I've got, I still don't know if I fucking want it.
Somebody tried to talk you out of it to start with, but no.
Well, it ain't. Nothing's in stone yet.
But no, don't listen. Bad dog.
Yeah, no shit. But all of this is a setup for what we've got going on today.
Yep.
And we got special guests coming on. We're going to get them on the phone. Give us just a minute. And we will be right back.
This episode is brought to you by Broadhead Decals. From door wraps and roof signs, window stickers and banners, let Broadhead Decals take care of all your vinyl needs with only quality products used.
Justin's graphic design abilities will get you everything you could ever want. With super fast shipping, their turnaround time is second to none. So let Broadhead Decals take you to the next level.
Ladies and gentlemen, we said we'd be back with a guest. All the way from Crown Point, Indiana, Miss Tee Krieter.
Yes. Hi, how are you?
Good. And this is the number 22 Dirty Girls Racing, correct?
Yes, it is.
So let's talk a little bit about it. How'd you get started?
My Papa Don was the superintendent of the Lake County Fair for like 20-some years. And then he did the Demolition Derby. And then he passed it down to my dad when he died. And then my dad became superintendent. And then when I was 15, I told my dad I wanted a derby car. So he brought me home like a 69 Newport, and then we built it out back, and then that's how I started.
Okay, hold on. Let's pause right there. So sometimes when Steven gets a guest on, he doesn't tell me everything. So the first car that you had was a Chrysler?
Yeah, 69 Newport. Mm-hmm.
That's why you all bullshit. That's why y'all.
I did not know that. But you won cool points with me.
Yep, that was my first derby car. And I actually got in the paper, and then after that, everyone was like calling me for interviews over the radio, and that's how I just started getting big in the area.
So, when did you decide that you wanted to make a jump to the promotional side?
I think that growing up with your grandpa as the track superintendent, sitting by the track, and then your dad is, I don't know. You get the best seat in the house. You get the best seat in the house. It's fire.
Now you don't only do the derby stuff. Like you've run mud trucks, buses. Like you've done a little bit of everything. Compact cars.
Yeah, I haven't done mini car demolition derbies. I do the figure eight with the mini cars. I love doing the figure eights. They're so fun. And then the buses, those are a blast. I do them every summer at the Porter County Fair in Valparaiso. And then the derby cars, I tried the mud drag racing. I actually did pretty good, but it didn't, after doing the derby, it didn't give me that, full rush that I wanted. So, I don't know. I just went, just to the derby and the buses.
So you just like anything with motors in them?
Yeah, I like to be reckless, and I like to go fast.
Where are your hands at right now?
Yes, I really like the adrenaline.
So, now, I know that we haven't seen you on any of, the quote-unquote big show stages yet. Now, do you have any drive to want to do that?
Yes, absolutely. But there's nothing like that out by me, so I don't know. I've always just done the fairs and the little shows around here and stuff. But I do want to do a big show. I talk to my dad about it all the time.
I mean, you're pushing out there by Ohio and stuff. There's some big shit popping off out that way.
Yeah, I guess I would like to do one day. That's the goal, I think. Because I think I've been doing it. I don't even know. I think I've been in I don't know how many derbies I've been in, honestly. I really have no idea. It's been a lot. Definitely over 50, 60.
Yeah, I mean, well, and that's what I mean. I think I don't know. I've been following you on Facebook for a while, and I mean, it looks like all the county fair stuff. You're already involved in all that. I mean, honestly, a big show is the next step.
Yeah, I think that's definitely could be in the game plan for next year.
There you go.
I would like to get into that.
Now, have you had any time in the winner's circle as far as derbying?
In the winner's circle, you said?
Yeah.
Oh yes, I have tons of trophies all over my room. I collect them.
And
I have crowd pleaser, and I was Mad Dog Award. I got all kinds of them.
So, and you run with the men too, correct?
Yeah, I actually have only been in one powder puff.
This is what we were just talking about. We've dedicated this whole episode to women in the derby world and how they're really making a rise in there. So, in your opinion, you probably enjoy running with the men more so than you did the powder puff stuff, don't you?
I feel like my builds are just as good as their builds. I can build a car. So, I want to put that build to the test, and I want to see, yeah, I can, be up here with them. So I definitely like running with the guys. Nothing against the girls. I'm all about the women and stuff. But number one, the car counts in the men's class are way better. And also the builds are better.
And probably the payouts are better.
Yeah, the payouts are better. All that stuff's kind of better, I don't know. It doesn't bother me. I'll run in either or. I just want to go.
So out of all these derbies and stuff that you've run, what's your favorite build?
I know I've been on the Crown Vic.
So are you running square
I really
body?
The 03 I just did. It was really fun because I never did an 03, and you have to do a lot of crazy stuff.
So did you like the '03 though?
Oh yeah, I like it. That steering kind of sucks. Got to figure that out. But the rules out here, we can't do much to that in the stock.
So and that was going to be my question. Do you run mostly the stocker side of the builds, I guess?
Yeah, but like our stock is like a modified stock, so it's not like okay, I'm gonna like chain the doors and go. I would never, absolutely not, because the cars are hard.
So I wonder your stock rules. I wonder if they're kind of like ours because we're allowed 6 plates, down tubes, full welding on doors.
Yep.
Tank 24-inch tank protector, no bumper brackets, but you can hard nose and you can run replica bumpers.
Yep.
So
yep.
it is.
We probably pretty much have almost the same kind of stock rules.
Yeah, so that's my shit. Like those are the rules that I like because you can do a little bit to a car, you can get multiple runs out of it.
You can get creative. You can kind of like test, things, see how things bend. You could do a lot more.
Oh yeah. So you're joining that '03 nation, huh?
Yes. Yes, I like the Vics. My dad, he likes the Chryslers and stuff. My little sister, she runs too. She likes running the Chryslers. She just got a Crown Vic, I believe, for next year. So I'm getting her on the Crown Vic.
So what power plant are you running?
I just run a small block 350, and it's literally out of like a 76 Impala, swear to God.
So you're just running a little sewing machine motor, something that doesn't quit.
That motor's been in like my family for a long time, and I don't know, it just runs still. It's a runner. So I mean, it runs fine. I don't have no problems with that. I don't really get into like the high tech, like I think Garth Speed Shop or something's down the road from my house. They do good motors. Everyone has like really great motors from everyone, but we just use what we got. I don't know.
So
keep up with it.
T, do you see a lot of females around your area that is helping grow the sport of the female derby around you, or are you guys just kind of a select few?
I think that more so around this area, there's a lot of people that derby that go back generations. So, like, I'm running with, like, people that ran with, like, the kids that ran with my dad, that ran with his dad, that ran with their dad. So, I mean, I see some girls definitely down the lines of those families taking on the traditions, and I think that's really cool. But there's not a lot of us, but I like that part of it.
Do you feel like that you're inspiring some of that, the women in your area to try the sport?
Yes, and I love that. I think that I'm always kind of like my friends. I've had so many of my girlfriends come out back and like work on the cars, and then like I convince them to get a car, even if it's just a figure 8 car or anything. I'm like, just try it, do it for the summer. And it teaches them so much. And I tell them how much knowledge they're going to gain from just building one of these cars and trying it and then feeling the rush and stuff. So I think I definitely inspire, like, my friends and the people around me and the little girls around me and stuff.
Well, and that's good. I mean, you need that to grow the sport. Like I said, I think it's badass. Like, we loved it whenever we were watching Gold Rush, and I was out there in South Dakota whenever there was an all-female team that run at Gold Rush.
Yeah, I did see that. That was awesome. I like seeing that stuff.
And it's not like they didn't almost beat some of the baddest guys in the sport either.
Yeah, it's definitely fun. I think that the crowd likes when the women come out to play.
When it comes to equality, we all know that women are as equal as any man. So
especially fucking now.
Yes. So when you get to see, Brooke and the Stringer Girl, hang up with Shay Bob and Dookie and them guys, you've got, even from my seat, you're cheering for the woman. They're kind of underdogs.
100%
compared to who they're running to.
Well, especially in a team setting.
Yes. So they're the underdogs, so you're cheering them on anyways, and then you're cheering them on because they're female, and you want to see them do well in the sport. You being not seasoned to a big show yet, I think you really need to look on your schedule for 2024 and find something pretty close to you, whether it's east or west from your house, and just dive in and do it.
Yeah, because there's a lot of big shit 6 hours from you.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that that's definitely something that I'm gonna look into next year. But I'd want to bring my sister, so we're both gonna have to come.
Well, there's 2-man team shows everywhere.
We never done a team show. We don't really even like. I don't even. We still hate each other and stuff.
Of course you do.
I mean, what you said back to like how you like when the women come out and stuff, the crowd that likes it and all that. I completely agree. I think that you have an upper hand with the crowd votes if you're driving right, but also I think that it brings a lot of empowerment when the little girls and stuff see that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love when the little girls come up and want to get your autograph and stuff. It makes me so happy because they like that.
Well, yeah, because like my daughter, she's 4 and she loves this shit. Like I can't imagine a woman or a female winning at one of our shows that we have locally here. Like she would love that.
Yeah, so like on that side, I see it like that. But when I go to the like when I'm actually like on my driver's point of view and not a fan point of view, I don't really care if I'm a woman or a man or if I'm like 500 pounds or 200 pounds. I don't care. I have a good build and I can build it and I can drive and I'm really like smart with it. So that's what I look at. I think I level out on that.
Well, you're full of shit because there's no way you're even close to 200 pounds.
Well, you're correct. I'm actually not. But I'm just saying, like, I really don't care about anything. I don't care if it's male or female or Power Puff or whatever. I'm going there and I'm going to go put on a show and I'm going to try to win.
So driving ability is what it comes down to, is what you're saying.
My grandpa says you got to race your own race. So I just don't pay attention. Like, I pay attention to what people are doing, but I don't make that like my priority. I need to like pay attention to what I'm doing and how I'm driving and what's going on with my build and my car.
So once you put that chin strap on, that just changes every thought that you had in your head going into it.
No, once I put that chin strap on, I'm like cussing in that helmet. I'm bad, but I feel like I just have that like mindset for everything, for the whole process. It takes a long time to do those kind of things. You have to be like really dedicated to the sport. Like I don't know, it's really my mom calls it an addiction.
It is.
Well, I'm telling you, I know of a lot of drugs out there that are cheaper than this fucking sport.
I would agree with that.
Okay, well, as a builder, what are some of the biggest obstacles that you've had to overcome, like building your own rides? Like, what's been the toughest part for you?
I don't know. I guess when it pisses me off when you're like you're like right to the weekend and then something happens.
Yeah,
like,
fuel pump goes
all
out.
All of a sudden, like something stupid will happen to your motor, something like really stupid, and it just irritates you. That's what I don't like. But other than that, I don't know about that.
Well, and I know what you're talking about as far as parts failure and shit like that. I was running a local show here, made it to the feature, got hit one time, broke a battery terminal end in half.
Oh my God.
You know how fucking stupid that was? Because I held the two pieces on the fucking battery and we drove my car to the trailer.
It's just something so stupid. Because you put so much time and energy in it and stuff, and then just something stupid happens. I just think of it like, okay, it's not meant to be today because I'm going to win the next one. So you just have to think positive when those moments happen.
Well, and that's a good mentality to have whenever it comes to that stuff. We are going to do some questions that we do with every driver that we get on here.
Okay.
How did you determine your number that you run on your roof sign?
I determined my number because my Papa Don was 22, my dad was 22 Junior, and then I was 22 T, and my sister R22.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, Dirty Girl Racing, how did that come about?
My dad made up the name when we were like younger because we drive lifted trucks and we wanted to put some racing stickers on our windshield, so we just made it up and then it became known.
And the next question, how did you come up with your paint scheme? Because I've seen a lot of your cars are painted about the same color.
My paint schemes. If I do red and black, it's because I want to match my truck. But when I do the pink, that's like the OG color that I'll go back and forth, the pink, black, and white. Honestly, I don't know. I just think I wanted people to know I was a girl, so I picked pink. I have no idea.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
What is your bucket list show? If you could run anywhere in the country, do you have any idea, T, where you'd take a car?
I want to run in one of those like big indoor arenas when there's just like tons of people in the grandstand.
So you're thinking Blizzard Bash, Gold Rush, Capitol Carnage, something like that.
I feel like it'll be a lot of like adrenaline coming out of the tunnel, and I want to feel that.
Oh, it's fucking insane. I've run at Bash twice and run at Whiskey City in Peoria last year, and driving through there, it's unexplainable because you have prepped all winter or 3 or 4 months before this show to run this shit, and you pull through there and everything else just disappears. It's almost like complete silence. All you can hear is your motor.
Euphoric.
It is.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
And you have to poop. You're like, I'm going to shit my pants pulling through this tunnel.
I'm going to like be shaking. That'd be so cool.
So that's what you need to do. I mean, all these things around social media, sign-ups and shows and, on the Hard Nosed Derby podcast side of it, we try to keep everybody informed as much as we can. So there's always that section where you can, get signed up and just get to build and make that trip and, just make that bucket list happen.
I think that's a good idea. Thank you for the motivation.
I mean, you're close to my bucket list show. Because I want to run Dead Man so bad.
Yeah, that would be cool. That'd be real cool.
Well, is there any sponsors or anybody that you would like to thank before we end this?
Just my dad, because bless his heart, he had 3 girls, and 2 of them do Demolition Derby, and that's crazy.
Well, it sounds like to me he didn't miss out on much then.
No, yeah. It's a lot of work, and he helped us till the end, so that's cool. He taught me everything I know.
Well, it was awesome getting you on here. We appreciate your time. I'm sure we will revisit this summer at some point just to see how things are going and check in with you. And, again, we appreciate you getting on here.
All right, cool. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, girl.
Have a good one.
Thanks. Nice meeting you. Bye.
Well,
so she has the opportunity,
yes,
to do whatever she wants,
and the experience.
So now it's just the self drive, the push. You know what? Fuck this. I want to run Gold Rush next year. I want to run the stock singles.
Yeah, or I mean, Bash. She could run Pecatonica.
Mm-hmm.
Ohio. King of Ohio.
Yep.
From where she's at, like I said, within 6 hours of her, there's opportunity everywhere.
Yep.
All she did was prove what we had said starting this podcast out, is that the woman's mentality in this sport is exactly the same as the man's.
Correct.
Did you hear?
Mm-hmm.
I don't care about any of that. I know that my build's clean as fuck. My car's fucking hard. And I know how to drive the motherfucker.
She was just nice to that point, because I promise you, when she straps that chin strap on, she has every mentality. She's going to junk every fucker that she can get a hold of before her shit dies.
Yeah. I built this car, and it will hang with these motherfuckers. Let's get it on.
Yep.
So right there was proof of what I was talking about progression in this sport. It's not male or female. It's fucking driver and builder versus driver and builder.
Yes. Yeah.
Because every answer she gave, that wasn't any prissy, uppity,
nope,
a woman answer. That was, I'll junk your shit.
Yep.
Oh, these 03s are fucking hard. And another thing that validated everything that she was saying, man, we got to figure this fucking steering out of these things.
Yep. That's the thing. She's been in this game really her whole life. Her grandpa and her dad. She helps her dad on the promotion side. So it's not like she just, at the age of 21, just decided to say, hey, I want a derby.
No.
Most of the females either are born into it or married into it somehow, whether it's their dad or the brother. Hell, look at Marty Million. Marty's whole family derbies.
The whole family.
Wife, kids, him, all of it. Trey Hewer was born into it.
Yeah.
Kyla ran one derby, won it, and hasn't been back in a car.
Retired
Retired on the top, undefeated. Justin Morgan, same way. Dad and uncle and brothers. You're born into this shit. 75% of the time. The other 25%, it's by choice. And I mean, we could sit here and just start naming everybody who's their dad has ran or somebody. Your dad's ran. Your uncle's ran. Austin Schaefer. His dad. His grandpa. It's just a trickle-down effect. And without these young kids, we've said so many times that it can't happen. The Derby will die. This weekend was Turkey Derby.
Yep.
I want to give it up right now because we're talking about the youth. Mr. Cam Penwell won the Unified Youth Points Series for ME 527. Did you see that big old fat-ass championship ring he got too? So, just like that, Cam was born into it.
Yes.
It just...
Yes. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is not a sport. I mean, it's like I say all the time, you don't see a lot of people when they turn 18 start smoking cigarettes.
No. Nope. It's just awesome to watch the progression of everything. New faces at big shows, rookies to local stuff, because it all does, which we've talked about so many times. Everything is built around big stuff. We hit on that the other day. There is big shows from March to June right now that you can go sign up. Some of them are already full. You can, like I said, just pick and choose. Pick and choose how far you want to drive. If you want to do a team show, if you want to do a single show, just like T. Her bucket list is a big show.
She was pulled through that fucking tunnel, man.
Indoors in the tunnel. So right now she has 2.
Uh-huh.
She only has 2 options now.
Right.
Since Peoria is null and void. So she has got roughly 10 months.
Well, she could run half of a inside show.
Coliseum?
No, well, she could go down to Hot Springs.
Sturgis the same way.
Yeah,
It's
they're covered.
Yes, it's still not
It's not.
that. I mean, it's half of that.
I guess she could run out to Utah. I mean, it's not an indoor show, but motherfucker, the energy's there.
That's right. That is right.
I get goosebumps thinking. Well, I feel like we've covered females in the sport.
Mm-hmm.
Let's switch gears a little bit. And talk about everybody that is laying low right now after the big shows. You know how many people I've talked to and they're like, I don't want to see a fucking derby.
That's what kills me, though, is because the guys that you, right now, everybody and their dog is deer hunting,
duck hunting,
or making their kids eat shit behind side-by-sides.
We've seen it.
Yeah.
I messaged a couple guys the other day, and they're like, fuck them derby cars. I'm like, yeah, fair enough. I feel you.
They will say that for 1 month.
Uh-huh.
But as soon as January 2nd happens...
Well, you better give it the 3rd.
Well, usually they recoup on the 1st.
Fuck you, man. I
You can't recover so fast anymore?
No. And I know I'm not the only motherfucker out there that's like that.
Oh, no. No. The Capital Carnage. Son of a bitch.
It's close.
Yes. It's less than 3 months. So you do get, if you have any inclination of running a big show, and you finished with a big show, and you're going to start your season with a big show, you have 3 months. Period. I know there's guys already pulling cars in. I don't think they're really working on them yet. But they're in there. They have picked they've chosen their car, what's going into the shop, where it plans on going. There is those guys that we have talked. They'll build several cars over the winter, but most of those guys don't run the big shows at the end of the year. They finish on some local stuff and something right around there, about that beginning of October. So they'll do family time, they'll do all that stuff, and they have a car in the shop. They've got it stripped and it's ready to roll. It's time to start building. They'll get that one done, they'll push it over in the corner, they'll bring in number 2. They'll do that the same way. Get it done, push it over in the corner. And the next thing you know, you've got 3 cars built by February. And then you got to figure out, other than that one big show that you're signed up for, where in the fuck are you going to take the other 2?
Okay, hold on. So you're not talking about me, right?
No.
Okay. All right. So we're speaking we're speaking.
Correct. The other realm.
Okay. So we're not talking about.
Not hurry up, push this fucker in. We got 4 days.
Yeah. Oh fuck, man! I decided I'm going to run this weekend. We've got to restub this car. I'm like, no.
It's got to go to the frame shop.
The night before, I've been there.
Yeah. There's always we have talked. There's always 2 people. There's 2 opposite ends of the spectrum. There's one who flies by the seat of their pants. Has no set schedule. If they get it done, they get it done. If not,
they're run somewhere else.
And then there's those guys that have shit planned out. Every show that they plan on running.
It's you 2.
What?
Fuck's you talking about?
We're going to Utah.
Flies by the seat of his pants, has to have a plan.
I've spent 20 years have to have a plan.
Yeah, me too.
Fuck it.
Fuck it. It'll work. I think it'll work. It might work. It's not working, but we're going to make it work.
Yes. There's... When you have the amount of derbies that we have, and we have talked about that, how many derbies are within 6 hours of us?
100%.
You could run somewhere every weekend, really from the beginning of April till November. And into November. So getting that schedule worked out with graduations, weddings, birthdays, anniversaries, family vacations, and then you throw in sick kids, part malfunction, work, curveballs in life in general.
Yeah, transmission goes out of your truck.
Yes, that changes so much. It's just cool to see that the guys...
You get COVID all the time.
You get COVID. I've only had it twice. Fuck you.
2 years apart.
Just 2 years. There's every 2 years. So if I can make it
You've
through
had it twice as much as I have.
You've had it once.
Kind of.
You still ain't got your taste back, dick. Uh-huh.
Well, I've only had it half as many times as you have.
There we go.
Is that better?
Yeah, 50% more. I'm the family sized. But it's cool to talk to Tee to get her perspective.
I've got a couple more women lined up to get on.
You do. We've also got a Utah gentleman lined up as well.
Yes.
There will be more. I promise you that there will be more.
Yeah, because we're coming into that off time. On us, and man, do we have some shit planned. Like, we're going to start doing some showcase shit. It'll be cool to get a couple of motherfuckers in here.
Yes.
That are sitting here, because we can do the whole episode with them. And honestly, I just like it, like especially whenever we get ready to go across the river, and them fucks are gonna cook for us. Like he's gonna fucking cook.
He's already said that.
And I'm gonna drink all of his natural lights.
I won't.
I will.
I don't know if you can drink that motherfucker out of the natural lights.
Well, I seen him move.
It's like he's got a pump truck on the back side of the shop that he can just refill cans. I don't know why.
Yeah, we will go do that, and I can make fun of him the whole episode. I can make an episode out of just fucking with him.
And here's the thing, guys. The one reason we're not telling you where we're going quite yet, they're signed up for Spring X. Most everybody we're going to talk to between now and Big Show time are going to be people who have run them, the big shows, people who are going to run the big shows, or people that want to run the big shows. We're not doing anything local. You know what I'm saying? So it is all geared up. You have, like I said, Capital City Carnage, and then you have Cornhusker Chaos. Then we have Smith Metalworks, and then there's Spring Extreme in California. Then there's Dixie Team Show in Utah that was just announced this week, the same fucking weekend as Spring Explosion. And guess what? That's just the third weekend of April. Son of a bitch.
And that right there is what keeps pulling me away from getting back into promoting. What you just said right there, because this fucking deal right here is taking up so much time. I don't think people understand the amount of time that we put into this fucking thing. Because it's not just one day down here recording. I don't know how many people you talked to this week, but I can tell you that at least 3 or 4 out of the 7 days, I talked to somebody about what's going on this bitch.
Yep.
I'm not disappointed in it. I like it. I mean, I thoroughly enjoy this shit. Or I wouldn't do it.
Correct.
I mean, hell, everybody's seen it. I put on derbies for 3 years and walked away from that shit. Because I didn't like it no more.
Yep.
So it's what we're getting and giving back with this that has really, really made me pull that foot back out of the promotion side of things. And I'm not going to lie to you, I've got so many opportunities and doors opened with this fucking podcast, and I've already got to do shit that I would have never got to do.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
And it's just getting bigger.
Mm-hmm. You know, that's the problem we run into. We apologize because we can't go to all these places that we're invited to go to. Especially when 3 of them are on the same weekend and there's 2 of them on the same weekend, 2 weekends after that. I have already told my boss that I will be out of vacation by the end of June. She knows that. So I'm just anything from July on, I guess I'm just going to have to go with no pay for the days that are needed. There's not that many people that I know of that are willing to do that.
Right.
For any other podcast that you can listen to.
Right. Because I can tell you what kind of paycheck we're pulling off this motherfucker.
A negative number is not a paycheck.
Right. Yeah.
No. So.
We do it because we love you fuckers.
We do.
The support is really finally showing.
Mm-hmm.
That we're actually getting back from you guys. The fact that we made one post about pushing this motherfucker over that 2,000 mark, and you all stomped that shit.
Yeah, in less than 2 minutes. We just cut a commercial.
Yep.
That will be on. You will hear it on this episode.
Yeah. We'll turn this bitch into a household name.
There is a discount code that only the listeners can use. So, when you hear the episode and hear the commercial, you have to get a hold of said person and give him a 10% discount code. That 10% discount code will give you 10% off of your purchase through him, whether it's $20. Whether it's $500, you're going to get a 10% discount. Hard Nose 24 will be your discount code. So when you get a hold of them on Facebook or Messenger, just give him that discount code. He'll get you hooked up. Ship it right directly to your door for all your needs.
Every bit of them.
And they're so great. That's the thing. A lot of guys will say, well, look, I'll take anything for a sponsorship. I'll take anything for a sponsorship. I don't want to. I don't want to take inferior products. Okay? You catch what I'm saying there?
And I've personally used this shit.
Correct. I have stacks of the fucking shit in my bedroom. Stacks. If it's not good, I don't want to promote it.
100%. And what's cool about this shit is what he's done for us has opened doors on the other side of things.
Mm-hmm. Correct. Yeah, I mean, he straight up told us, he said, dude, since y'all been talking about me on your podcast, he says, I'm so fucking busy, it's not funny.
That's good.
That's a good thing. Because when you only get to work part of the year because of the weather, when you can fill that void with people getting their shit ready in December and January and February, guess what? You're not having to rush it out the door.
Fucking hey.
Not like, hey, Steven, did you forget to order Austin Schaefer's fucking roof sign and door wraps? Fuck yes, I did. Still there on time.
It was.
Less than a week. Proofed, printed, shipped
that right
to your
there
door.
Proves to you all how tight of a schedule I run.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
TCB, baby. Take care of business.
You know, so I'd like to thank T again for getting on with us.
Fucking hey.
She won't be the last female.
Nope.
She will not. You've been in contact with a couple while you were in South Dakota.
Yep. And I did tell her, and everybody just heard that we will follow up with her this summer, see how that shit's going.
And I really hope she says, I got a spot for Gold Rush.
Well, actually, she just texted me, and she's wanting a little help with suggestions for some shows. I said I'll put some shit together. We'll look some stuff up, and we'll go from there. Maybe whenever we go out that fucking direction, we could take just a touch of a detour, maybe. Because that's the cool thing about, if we get you on here via phone, we usually try. If we're going somewhere,
correct,
whatever. Maybe
we can't go 6 hours out of the way, but if we can go an hour out of the way,
we'll fucking do that.
Big deal. Yeah.
And you better have cold beer. And that shout.
But like I said, guys, everything is going towards 2024 already, and we just got through with Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So,
which I hope everybody had a killer Thanksgiving.
I felt like shit for 2.5 days, and I didn't even get drunk.
Well,
I didn't even have a drink.
Everybody gives me shit about our Thanksgiving tradition around this bitch. We went to China Garden again. Little Chinese buffet, had some crawfish.
Didn't have the duck.
No,
the duck smiling at you.
No. But we did have some badass frog legs.
Oh yes,
crawfish.
Yes.
Kung Pao chicken.
Kung Pao. So,
see, there's somebody in China that's listening to this motherfucker that we just offended.
We didn't. Kung Pao. It's a chicken. It's a food. How the fuck is that offending anybody?
Probably what you said.
Well, I just tried to impersonate.
We not had no passy. That was offensive.
That was very offensive.
That was fucking offensive right there.
So, like I said, guys, you will be the only people to get that code. Hard Nose 24.
Don't tell your fucking friends either. Tell them to listen to the goddamn podcast.
Correct. Hard Nose 24. That will be your code that you have to send to Mr. Justin Broadhead of Broadhead Decals to get your 10% discount for your roof sign, your door wraps, your banners, your window stickers,
whatever.
There's an 8x4 fucking banner over here that is the size of the wall.
If the wall is said dimensions.
That one is right 100%. Behind you.
They can't see that.
I know. We don't have video.
Y'all don't want that.
No, you really don't want that. You really, really, really don't. There's a lot of people that say they want that until they get that, and then they're like, oh, no, shut that shit off.
That's just a bald fucker and fat bearded guy sitting across from me. Oh, son of a bitch. Well, we appreciate all your support. Fucking sponsors are rolling in. We're getting primed up for 24. If you've got somewhere that you think we need to be in 24, you need to let us know now.
Schedule's filling out fucking fast.
Last week would have been good.
100 motherfuckers.
She was like, hey, I just got my new calendar. Will you tell me the dates? Nope. Too many of them off the top of my head right now. You're going to have to give me a fucking minute. Let me sit down.
Yeah, because we got to figure out what the fuck we're doing.
Yes. And where we're going.
Well, that's all I've got.
And that's your last words?
That's it.
Make jump, boys.